Drop it.
Welcome to Online Class Tutorial. I'm Ren Santos, one of the technical staff for the online class training of Laguna University faculty members. So in our last tutorial, I teach you how to create and set up your online classroom in Edmodo. So for today's tutorial, I'm gonna teach you or show you how to invite or enroll your students in your class in Edmodo. I'm also sharing some tips and recommendations in this tutorial because Edmodo provided a lot of options on how we're going to enroll our students in our class. Also, in this tutorial, take note that I'm gonna show you the perspective or the side of the students when enrolling in our class so we can fully understand what we are going to do later. So this is my sample student account. Okay, so I'm gonna transition back to teacher account and switch transition to student account. So to fully understand what's happening at the back when enrolling a student in our class. Don't worry, I'm gonna provide a message at the top whenever I'm using a teacher account or student account. So let's start. So to get started, choose the class we want to enroll or invite our students in. So I'm just gonna use the class we created earlier. In the class dashboard, see this part here? This is our class code. Take note, specific class codes are automatically generated after creating a class. It means this class code will identify our class. So in enrolling our students, Edmodo provided 3 options to do that. First is share a class code. Next is share a PDF. And last is invite by email. So I'm going to explain the difference between these 3. So first, we're going to talk about share a class code. So we have 2 types of class codes. Class code. We have unlock code and lock code. So I'm also going to explain what is the difference between these 2 codes. So unlock class code will allow anyone to instantly join our class. So what does it mean? It means that once you share this type of code to your students, they will be automatically be added to your class. So personally, I would not recommend using this type of class code because of security issues. Like for example, a dummy account or fake accounts. They can easily invade your class once they got hold of your class code. So Edmodo recommends don't share this class code in unsecure public places. So next is lock code. By using this type of code, students will send a request or ask permission to enroll in your class. So it means you can accept their join request in the members tab in your class, which I'm gonna show you later. So personally, I recommend using this type of code. Why? Because we as teachers, Edmodo require us to validate or check the request of our students if they are real or currently enrolled in our class by checking or cross-referencing our class record. So if the name of the student is not included in our class record, we can reject their request. So I'm gonna show you that later. So in terms of security, I strongly recommend sharing a lock code with our students. So take note. So if we're going to use this option, the share class code, it's recommended also if we have a group chat or group or any platform that we can use to communicate with our students. For example, like messenger group chats. And also prior knowledge of students in using Edmodo because you're just providing the class code. So it's up to them to use the class code to send request to join your class. So next, we're going to talk about share a PDF. So this option includes the step-by-step instructions on how the students can enroll or join your class. For me, I recommend this option if the students are having problems joining your class or they don't have prior knowledge in using Edmodo. Why? Because it includes the step-by-step instructions. So, to view the instructions in the PDF, just click this view PDF instructions. So, it will open a new tab in our browser. But in my case, it will download the PDF file. You can also download the PDF file, but in my current setup, it will automatically download the PDF file. So I'm just gonna download that file. Open that. So this is the sample content of the PDF. So take note, class code are automatically generated when we create our class. As we can see, it provides a step-by-step instruction on how to use your code to enroll in your class. So if we're going to use this option, I recommend this combination. Back here in our share class code, select this lock code option, and back here in the share PDF option, download the file or download the PDF instructions and share it to your students so that they can have a guide on how to join your class. So the class code will be embedded to the instructions as a lock code, and the step-by-step instructions, the student can use that to enroll in your class. It's a combination. I recommend that if your students are having problems in enrolling in your class or don't have prior knowledge in using Edmodo. So next is invite by email. So by using this option, we can invite students to join our class by typing their name or email in this provided field. Okay, for example, I'm gonna type this name. So personally, I do not recommend this option because of these problems. First is the name. The name of the students is not unique and hard to find and identify in the search area. Why? Because we cannot open the name. We cannot open their profile. All we can see is their picture, which is too small, and their name, which is we cannot say that it is valid. So it's hard to determine. So imagine having 40 students in your list. Searching it all in this option is very time consuming. So I do not recommend this invite by email. So the next problem is the email. Because when creating a student account in Edmodo does not require an email unlike in the teacher's account. So it means a student can create an account without an email. So it's impossible to invite them using an email because they don't have one. It also means they can create multiple accounts. So I do not recommend using this option. It's very time consuming and it builds uncertainty in enrolling our students in our class. So I recommend share a class code and share a PDF option. So that's the difference between the three options provided by Edmodo. So why did I recommend this share a class code and share a PDF? Because it depends on the situation of the students on how to join in your class. And it's very easy to use. All you have to do is to share the class code or the PDF and the student will do the process. All you have to do is to wait and approve their request. But that's me talking. The bottom line is your preference. So now, I'm going to switch to a student account to show you how the student will join your class. So I'm just gonna copy this code since the student account will use this to join our class. Okay. So I'm gonna show you how the student will create an account. So first, the student will click this button and select student account. So on this page, we're going to focus on how the class code is used. So I'm just gonna provide a name, a first name, then a last name. So in here, in the class code, the student just gonna paste your class code, and Edmodo will check if the class code is valid. So it will show a message in here. Okay, so group code is valid. So this part is what I'm talking about earlier. Edmodo does not require students to provide an email. Student can create multiple accounts. It's gonna use this username and type a password. Okay, since we are using a lock type of code, the request of the students will be sent to our class. So I'm going to transition back to my teacher account. So I'm just gonna select my teacher account, close this. So remember to load your page every now and then, because Edmodo does not monitor your actions in real time. So you have to refresh your page. To view the request of the student in our dashboard at the top, Edmodo provided us a notification area. So we just have to click that. As we can see here, it notifies us about the request of this student to join in our class. So if the request is verified or checked within our class record, we can accept or click the accept button, and it will automatically join the student to our class. Or if not, we can select the decline button. In some cases, if the request doesn't show up in the notification area, we can check that in the members tab and select the pending tab. So upon checking, we can also approve or reject the application or request of the student to join our class. So it's a very useful feature because we can filter the request of the students. So that's the perspective of students and teachers in enrolling our students in our class. So it's up to you what options you choose. So is it share a class code, share a PDF, or invite by email? Okay? So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you learned something today, and if you have questions, just comment down below and I'll do my best to answer your questions. So for our next tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to upload and manage your files or folders in Edmodo. Okay? See you next time. Thank you.
Drop it.